I've seen this kind of gathering before, long time, pretty much every year I come, but this gathering is new to me, and I'm pretty sure just you all have a little idea about ISKCON or Hare Krishna movement. The, do you have a little idea? Yes or no? Okay. So we'll talk a little bit more than that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Very good. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Radha Rati Hare Radha Rati Hare Radha, Jai Jaya Sita Ram Lakshmana Rama, Sitaram Lakshmana Jaya Jaya Gauranika Jaya Gauranika Gauranika Jaya Gauranika Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Haribo 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 Gora Haribo Sai Gora Haribo Nitai Gaur Premanande Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nivishesha Sunyavadi Paschati Desatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. So thank you very much for coming to Hare Krishna land. It's wonderful to see you despite, I think all of you are students, eh? Yes? And why you came to Hare Krishna land? My question to you all. Let's see who wants to say what. Why you have come? Yeah. To experience higher pleasure. Wonderful. Anybody else? Huh? To become attached to Krishna? Good. This very intelligent voice. Anybody else? Yeah. To know more about a spiritual life and Krishna. And anybody else? Yeah. To establish the forgotten connection with the Lord. Yes. Yeah. It gives the internal happiness. Anybody else? Yeah. To become a devotee. Yeah. For peace. You know what Srila Prabhupada says? Srila Prabhupada says, for the peace of the world, there is a place called United Nations. Yes or no? And I'm very close by there. Extremely close. When the World Trade Center exploded, I was there. The dust was hitting to my chest. So you can imagine where I am. I'm in a very heavy place. And what was that? To get peace. United States means to unite the entire world. Does that make sense? But because they are heavy materialistics, in the Prabhupada says, they are simply breaking the world. There has to be just, really proper connection between you and me, between the countries. So there is no connection. So they are simply breaking. And this is what exactly to connect with the Supreme Lord, to bring peace within us. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? And there is one person said just with that, with glass. What did you say? Exactly, just I got now. We have forgotten the Supreme Lord. Originally, we were in the spiritual world, but by forgetting the Supreme Lord, we ended up here within this material world. কৃষ্ণ ভুলিয়া জীব ভোগবাঞ্ছা করে পাছেতে মায়া তারে ঝাপটিয়া ধরে. Anybody is Bengali here? Raise your hands. One, two, three, four. Wow. So you can understand what I said. Poquito means Spanish little. Okay. So Krishna Bhulia Jeev, we are the spirit souls, Jeev, and we have forgotten Krishna. After forgetting Krishna, what we're thinking? Bhogovancha kare. We're thinking to enjoy other than the company of the Supreme Lord. You brought up a very nice subject, a topic. কৃষ্ণ ভুলিয়া জীব ভোগবাঞ্ছা করে পাছেতে মায়া তারে ঝাপটিয়া ধরে. And Maya comes from behind, ringing the bell, ding, ding, ding. So I was told just I have to make you happy and jolly, just give basic things. So I'm just doing that. So Maya is saying just, oh my dear jivas, oh my dear children, actually. As Krishna says, you all are my children, but Maya also says, oh my dear children. Don't you see that is a PVR? Don't you see that is a Pathan movie is going on? Don't you see there is Juhu Beach, there is very beautiful, the glare of Maya is there. Don't you see the just nice billboards? These are, extension of Maya. Extension of Maya. So Maya, the personified Maya is saying just, কৃষ্ণ ভুলিয়া জীব ভোগবাঞ্ছা করে পাছেতে মায়াতের ঝাপটিয়া ধরে. So from behind Maya comes and catches us. You remain in my clutch. Jata kahan hai? Where you are going? You remain in my clutch. And Maya whips. Maya whips on and on. And how the whip comes, we don't realize that. We have to work hard in the school. We have to work hard when we get a job. We have to work hard, and just by going in the train, just we also have to struggle. Isn't it? Yes or no? Oh my God! Just it's not here. It is a part of the material world. Even other first world countries also. If you have seen the train system in Japan, oh my God! Just they have hired people, but they have hired people just to push through the door. When they go inside the train, you see in the Google search train systems in Japan, you will find just before the train takes off, just from that particular station, so they have to push inside. They have hired people to push inside. So it is so hard struggle. In the material world, there is struggle. So Krishna Bhuliya Jeev, because we forgot Krishna. And Krishna says, Tathastu, so be it. He has given us some free choice and free will. Actually, just he has given little free choice and free will. Little, 5, 10%. Not even 10%, less than 10%. So he has given that free choice and free will, and we are using that just we are We are independent now. We are grown up. So I saw in when I was in America, just I saw that one girl, Hindu girl, she said, "I'm now 25. I'm independent to make decision of my life." So she fell in love with a Muslim guy. So the Muslim guy just after enjoying the lives, in the material world, so he cut into 35 pieces and just wrap it up, put it in the refrigerator, big refrigerator, and one after another he wrapped in the plastic bag and he threw in different places. So we just America is very sensitive about news of the world. So we have that system is like that. Some that which happens in India, we will know first and then you will know later. It's like that. So so let me give you an example. Just when World Trade Center was exploded, and we were we got the call from Germany. There is something happening in the World Trade Center. So we thought that just some crazy person must have called, said. Then second time the call came. Second time the call came that the first tower is rattling. So we started laughing. So it struck in my mind, let me just see just why this guy is calling from Germany. So the moment I went upstairs, I saw people are really just falling from the 100th tower, 110th tower, 100th tower, 99th tower, just like a tiny little bubble. They are falling one after another on the ground, dying. Just the 5,000 people died. So this is another sign. This is another sign. So friends, being in the material world, it's not that easy. So therefore, if you can try to surrender to the Supreme Lord as soon as it is possible, but at the same time, I do not encourage you people to stop studying. You finish your degree and use that degree for Krishna's service. Use that degree for Krishna's service. It's very, very important because you have to build up your life, you have to build up your future. At the same time, you have to build up your spiritual life. You have to make some spiritual advancement. So Prabhupada says we have to be smart and sneaky to get out from this material world. We have to escape from this material world because the wrath of Kali is becoming very, very vicious, very powerful, very powerful. In onwards, you all are lucky. Just onwards, it is going to be more vicious, more difficult. Everything is going to be difficult. So therefore, friends, try to surrender if it is possible. So Maya wants to entrap us here, and we want to become free. This is the whole thing given to us by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And he has mentioned very nicely. I'm trying to make it very simplify for you guys. He has made very nicely. He's saying, um, this powerful holy name, this holy name is so powerful, it can burn the all sinful activities that you have committed in many births. In many births. Okay, just you have, let's put it in this way, just you have dust on your house. What do you do? Eh? Yes. Be brave. You have to become preacher. I'm trying to help you. You have to become preacher. You have to preach others also. We have how many? What is the population in India? Eh? One 140, 150 crore. I think he's little exaggerating. One, my understanding is 135. It's 135. What I understand. Yes. So 135 crore people, you all are responsible and you are going to preach to them. So you all have to become like a mini Prahlad Maharaj. You know, Prahlad Maharaj, he preached to the demoniac students and he made them Krishna conscious. So it is our responsibility. We have to preach. Okay, anybody knows, raise your hands. Who knows who is Prabhupada? Raise your hands. You. Who is Prabhupada? Is the founder of what is ISKCON stands for? Good. And how many centers he has established? Someone is reading, eh? You cannot run away from me. I am a Lilamrita man. I was assisting Satsuru Maharaj in Lilamrita activities. Yes. So he has established 108 centers before he departed from this world. And when did he departed? When did he depart from this world? Yeah, raise your hands. Yeah, yes. 14th November 1977. He departed from this world. And raise your hands where? Everybody knows, eh? Vrindavan. Very good. So you know so many things. So you have little flavor. Actually, Jiva thy nature is spiritual. Srila Prabhupada gives the example in Srimad Bhagavatam how Jiva thy nature is spiritual. Jiva thy nature is knowledgeable also. How? When Dhruva Maharaj, he was only 5 years old and he was doing tapasya for 6 months before he saw the Supreme Lord visibly in front of him. And when he saw him, he started praying to the Lord at the age of 5 only. So the Jiva, thy nature is spiritual. So we all are spiritual beings. You agree? And therefore the Lord says, Mamavansa Jivaloka, Jivaloka, Jivabhuta Sanatan. Sanatan means eternal. Krishna is eternal. And we are also good. Very good. You know philosophy, eh? So soul is eternal. This body is temporary, and this body is made up of what? Anybody raise your hands. Who knows? Yeah. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. These five are gross elements, and that is something else. Subtle elements. Okay, those who know don't say. Anybody knows what is those subtle elements? Raise your hands. No. quiet. Yeah. Anybody? Yes. Good. Very good. Yeah. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. These are the three subtle things you cannot see it unless you your activities, no matter what you do in the school, in college, in university, it will not be known until you write the paper and get A plus, A or A plus. Then your mind will be known that yes, this is a brilliant student. Yes or no? Yes. So it is very subtle. So mind, intelligence, and false ego, these are three things which is subtle and it is very fine. False ego is of all material elements, false ego is very, very fine, very fine. And finest of all is what? Anybody knows? Raise your hands. Huh? Yes? You mentioned just within our body there is something is there. Huh? Yes. Finest of all these gross and subtle elements is soul. And soul is nothing else but anti-material particle. Do you agree with me? Why? Full of knowledge and full of happiness. Something, your clothes, knowledge is there. I mentioned that. Yeah. Soul is called, I will quote your science language, indestructible, indivisible. It cannot be moistened by anything, any weather or any water or this and that. And as I quoted that sloka, Mama Vansa Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatan, that soul is eternal and soul is a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Is that clear? Yes or no? Are you getting some teachings? I'm a good teacher, not a teacher, but not a good teacher. Does it sounds what I made the statement it is good or I'm doing good? Doing good? Okay, thank you. So Jiva, thy nature is spiritual. So therefore Srila Prabhupada says very nicely, we are not this body. First and foremost thing, he mentioned we are not this body. Why he said so? Anybody knows? We have gross body, we have subtle body, and we have a spiritual body. I mean, a spiritual element is there, so which is soul. But why we are not this body? Anybody knows? Yes? Any clue? Body is temporary, close, very close. Yes? Hmm. Body can change. Okay. Because of our material desire, we have accepted this body. There are 8,400,000 species of lives. You know that. And all the jivas, they have material bodies. And they have same thing, earth, water, fire, air, ether. All these things are there. And subtle thing also, mind, intelligence, and false ego, it is there. So when this body decay, just it goes, earth goes to earth, water goes to water, fire goes to fire, ether goes to, you know, to ether, and mind, intelligence, and false ego is it's subtle, it's just finished. So everything goes, and what remains over there? Only one thing remains, that is soul. So we are not this body, but we are spirit soul or Atma. And Atma has to be promoted to go home back to Godhead. And that is the reason we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And when we chant, what happens? Anybody? Yeah. Yes. Good. He said, we establish our connection with God or Krishna. But we have forgotten, just I mentioned in the beginning, yes or no? And now we are trying to reestablish our relationship with God. We're trying to reestablish. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada says, you have your cell phone. Everybody has? Yes. You have your cell phone, And when I dial your number, by knowing your number, just when I dial, I will be connected with you. I will talk to you. So when you dial Krishna's number, then you will be connected with Krishna. Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. So raise your hands only. Who knows Krishna's telephone number? Raise your hands. You. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So this is the telephone number of Krishna. The moment we try to chant Hare Krishna and we are connected with Him, we will be connected. So that is the purpose His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada has established this movement to bring as many as it is possible the jivas to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, so that they can be connected with the Supreme Lord to and reestablish their relationship. And when we go home back to Godhead, then what will happen? Anybody knows? Yeah. Huh? You don't come back. Oh, okay. Yes, very good. And you? You become free from repeated cycle of birth and death. And once you become free, then it is easy to go home back to Godhead. Yes or no? Because you're free from repeated birth and death. I wrote an article in BTC, The Laws of Never Ending Karma. That is well received. A few years ago I wrote. Well received. So you can Google search and you can find that article immediately. Just people, just if I'm lying, laws of never ending karma. So we can stop repeated birth and death by Narad Rishi Das. You behind by Narada Rishi Das. So so once we become free from repeated birth and death and go back home back to Godhead, then what happens? We'll remain in the company of the Supreme Lord, chant and dance and blah blah blah, and eat and Did you find? Did you get? Yeah. Yes. So I'm not lying, Hare Krishna. I'm just having fun with you guys. Because Buddha Hari told me just I have to have fun with you guys. Just because you guys have to know the basic things, and at the same time I have to you know make you laugh. Actually, just when I give Sunday Fish lecture in America, I make people laugh. You know why? As I mentioned to you, from the material world, when the people come, that means the jivas come to the temple to reconnect themselves with Krishna. So what happens? They are beaten like hell. They're beaten like hell from work. The boss is giving a hard time from work. They're lifting heavy loads, working hard. So many family problems, these problems, that problem, so many problems. And when they come to the temple, and you start whipping them, and they are finished. They're finished. So therefore, it is our prime business to make them happy, to make them just ease them. So this is why just I make them happy. Just talk some jolly way, and give you know so many anecdotes Prabhupada has mentioned. Just like, let me give you an example. There was one sannyasi who was preaching in white sannyasi, white American, and he was preaching in Africa. So Prabhupada said, just you know, his disciples said, Prabhupada, just what is Brahmananda Swami doing just in Africa and with the black people? Just he should come back. Just, what Prabhupada says? It's because he's a white Negro. Everybody started laughing. So everybody started. It's just out of fun. Prabhupada was trying to make them happy. So anyway, so the thing is that just we have to become happy, but happiness is not available here. Can you say me something about ego? Prabhupada gives the example. When a giant elephant passed through a small village, and little Poppy says, "Bho, bho, bho." Why? Why? Why the little Poppy says to that giant elephant, "Bho, bho"? Why? Yes, very good boy. That's his area. He says, "I am the king. Who are you? Why you have come to my kingdom? Get out of here." You know, false ego. False ego is there. Here within this material world, false ego is there. But you know what we're looking for? Anybody knows? No. No. Eh? No. Yes, you can talk like this. I can, if it is yes, then I will say yes. Happiness and peace and satisfaction and eh? More money. That's also false ego. False ego. We are looking for real ego. We are looking for real ego, and real ego is only available in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, to get that real ego, just we are chanting Hare Krishna. Real ego. And it can be used for Krishna service anyway and every way. Once you get the real ego, then Krishna will make you free. Then you can go anywhere and everywhere. You can, Adbhutar is sitting at the backside. You can tell me when I can stop. Otherwise, I will keep these boys for whole night. because I'm a talkative person. So, so once you become free from false ego, then you can go anywhere and everywhere you can preach. Because devotee, thy nature is independent once he masters in philosophy, masters in spiritual life. Just like you guys are ambitious to get a master degree or PhD or whatever degree. So, real ego is only available in the spiritual world. But Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, just now he's saying, oh, my dear Jeevas, if you want, you can achieve that here. But you have to listen to me. You have to listen to me. And what he says, Sarva dharman parityaje mamekam saranam braja aham tvam sarva papejo moksha. Do not fear precisely. I will protect you. I will protect you, he says. But provided you listen to him, become a good boy, not a bad boy, to go back home, back to Godhead. So, once we become Krishna conscious, everything comes through, everything on our way. Happiness comes, wealth comes, everything comes. Because it's just you are becoming free from real, false ego. Krishna gives everything. Srila Prabhupada went only with how many dollars? How many rupees? 40 rupees. That means you all are reading Lilamrita. Eh? Very good. I'm very proud of you. I worked hard for Lilamrita with my spiritual master. Very hard. So, um, 40 rupees he took only. When he went to America, just $1 was equal to 4 rupees. When I went to America, $1 was equal to 8 rupees. 8 rupees. I went in 1981. So you all are not born. I was already there in America preaching, Actually, I passed through England and I was like a skinny boy, just I get tired of lecturing in London. So they said, who is this little Indian guy? Actually, they said, who is this little Indian whip? So, however, the thing is that why I was saying about this dollar thing, what was the point? You remember? Can you remember? Um, yes, good point. Very good point. By the causeless mercy of the Vaishnavas, causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, everything comes to us. Everything. Name, fame, distinction, address, and prestige, everything comes to us. But if we hold that false ego with us, I cannot surrender to Krishna. Krishna says, all right, tathastu. So be it. So be it. But once we surrender, yes, Mo Bhakta Priyasine, my devotee is very dear to me. Then he gives all blessings. So again, Srila Prabhupada, here is the point. Who said that? You, right? Yes. The point is that Srila Prabhupada went only with 40 rupees and he achieved millions and millions of dollar worth, properties, this, bank balance, books. He only went with the 3 volumes of books, 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. You see, with the highest number of books we distribute all over the world. All over the world. And almost everywhere, almost all the languages. Almost every language now. Can you imagine how the magic, how a poverty-stricken, just mendicant sadhu who was in Vrindavan and following the footsteps of his spiritual master, following the instruction of his spiritual master. He struggled getting 2 times heart attack in the steamship Jaladuta, and he went to America. You know what? Just when I went to Boston Harbor, and I started crying. I started crying over there because Prabhupada says, how Prabhupada says, when I put my right foot in the front, I did not know where to put my left foot. But my dear Lord, you brought me to this strange place and where Rajastama Bhave era Savai Archana, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, they are filled with. Nobody has time for nobody. And but you brought me to this place. You must be having some special plan for me, my dear Lord. Special plan. So you guys have come to Hare Krishna land. The Lord has special plan for you guys also. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Does it make sense? Yes or no? You all agree? You have your plan, I have my plan, Krishna has his plan. Those who follow Krishna's plan, they are the victorious. Those who follow their own plans, they are the defeaters. That's simple. By getting a PhD, you think just you think just your plan is successful? No, certainly no. Prabhupada says just if you get a degree, just you fill up your belly. You fill up your belly simply. That's all. Because you get a job and get something, or do some business, or do this, do that, and just to make some money, and then this, and that's it. But that is temporary. That is temporary. But what is permanent? The moment you chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In fact, let me tell you mathematically also, since you are students, the moment you chant Hare Krishna, that is ever plus. That is ever plus. But when you earn money, you put it in the bank and you start taking the money out, that is ever minus. Even though you try to earn more money, you put it, but the amount you have taken, that is ever minus because you consumed your time to earn that money, that is gone. That is never coming back. But maybe more money is coming from some other source or same source even. It comes, but it is ever minus that which you spend already. But the moment you chant Hare Krishna, it is ever plus. You are earning. In your spiritual bank, it is a plus. Krishna is sitting as Guru within our heart. He is keeping track of every little things. A sophisticated computer can make mistake, but Krishna will not make any mistake. That's why he's God. He knows past, present, future. He knows every circumstances, what is going to happen to you and me and this and that, and just he knows everything. And Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare Ke. If he wants to protect us, nobody can kill us. Nobody can kill us. If he wants to kill, nobody can protect. Nobody can protect. So therefore, it's nice not going towards ever minus. It is better to take exclusive shelter at Lord's feet of Krishna. And there is one little thing I want to tell you. Um, hmm, there is an Indian saying, Guru and Govind both are standing. Who you pay obeisances first or pranam? Everybody knows, right? First Guru, right? Wow, very nice. I'm proud of you guys. So first you pay obeisances to Guru. It's because anybody? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, so who was saying something else? Something else. Yeah. Guru gives Krishna. That is also correct. I will quote for that. कृष्ण से तुम्हार कृष्ण दीते पार तुम्हार सकती आछे. Guru is the possessor of Krishna and he can give Krishna to us. He can give Krishna to us. So that is one of the most important things that we try to pay obeisance to Guru. Also, philosophically, I will give you little analysis. এই রূপে ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ভ্রমিতে কোন ভাগ্যবান জীব গুরু কৃষ্ণ প্রসাদ পায় bhaktilata beach. You know what happens? The jivas within this material world, as we talked about the struggle within the material world. So the jivas they traverse all over the universe. They travel one place to another, one continent to another, one globe to another. The jivas travel. Now we may travel yeah, okay, soon we may travel within this world, just like I came from America. Now I traveled. So we travel within this material world, but there are jivas, they travel all over the universe. There are some jivas that travel for peace of the world. They bring message, transcendental message from the Supreme Lord and convey it all over. They're the transcendental ambassador, you can say. Just like Srila Prabhupada came, he conveyed this message to us, which we are imbibed. So there are jivas also, they try for destruction, such as demons. So they travel. Um, this traveling goes on, just in cyclic order. This world is going on and on and on and on. But the sufferers are also suffering and enjoyers are also enjoying. Despite all these so various activities are going on. Now I want to give you suffering part because you all are coming up now. You want to become just nice devotees. You are ambitious. You study, and at the same time you want to become nice devotees, and you want to do some devotional service. But you have to be very careful, just. And personalists, impersonalists, you all know, eh? Krishna, within one syllable, personal feature of the personality of Godhead and the impersonal feature also is there. Both. Why I'm saying this? You have to be very careful. Impersonalist, what happens when they try to become uh, the devotee and meditate upon the impersonal aspect of the personality of Godhead. So they go to Brahma Jyoti, that is a place, you know, where from Krishna's body, the light is emanating, that is called Brahma Jyoti. So they end up going over there. And what happens? Their body just becomes fused. They suffer over there, and there is nothing to drink, nothing to eat. They suffer. And when a pure devotee pass through, as I mentioned, all kinds of activities is going on all over the universe. The pure devotees, they are going from one place to another just to, to convey the message of the Lord. Such kind of pure devotees contact, if these impersonalists, those who are suffering in the Brahma Jyoti, they come, so they just, say, "Ooh, we don't want to just make any more just, mistake. We definitely want to believe in the personal feature of the personality of Godhead. Just like you went to see Radha Rasbihariji, the beautiful form. So we'll believe definitely. Just please pardon us, please help us to go back home, back to Godhead. So they suffer there. So there are jivas, they are enjoying, the jivas, they are suffering, and pure devotees, they when they pass through those sufferers, they rescue their lives. So don't go to suffering path. Try to remain in the proper path. See Krishna, see Guru, obey their instructions, obey the injunctions, and become fit to go home back to Godhead. All right, I will stop here. Anybody has any question? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, I think that many people in India, they have the concept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He's like a ordinary man or something like that. Just not. Excuse me. It's okay. I have a little coughing, but my schedule is very tight. I just came from Kharghar. I gave a Sunday fish lecture and I came. Just I took a little shower and then came. Just I have some coffee. Who thinks this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is what? Raise your hands. Don't say. Yeah, Lord Krishna himself. You is Lord Krishna's avatar. Yes. Lord Krishna in the mood of Radharani. Yes. You Krishna himself. Yeah. Krishna in the mood of Radharani. There are many things you guys said is correct. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna nahi anya. Sri Chaitanya Krishna, he is Krishna himself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He came in the mood of Srimati Radhika to know the love of Radha. Krishna came in the mood of Radharani to understand Radha's love, depth of her love. He is Krishna himself. Let me give a little one quote and then I'll stop. Saba avatara saro shiromani কেবল আনন্দ খণ্ড সব অবতার সার শিরোমণি. He is the essence of all incarnations. Actually, essence of all incarnations is the supreme fountainhead of the entire cosmic manifestation. That is Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. But that very same Krishna came, essence of all incarnations, in different mood, in the mood of his devotee, and he came for two purposes. Anybody knows? I mentioned in Bhagavatam class. Sorry, I gave Chaitanya Charitamrita class. Yeah, to give Krishna Prema to everyone. Anybody else? Patita Pavan Hetu. Okay. Anything? To teach how to become devotee. He came for two purposes, external and internal. His external purpose is to bring conditioned souls to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. God in disguise as devotee, he came to teach us how to love God, to become Krishna conscious. It's external. And internal is to understand the depth of love of Srimati Radhika. Therefore, I'm going to the higher. Adbudhari told me just, you keep basic and I'm going towards higher. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, the more Srimati Radharani expands her love, the more Krishna enjoys. So love is limitless and enjoyment is also limitless in both the sides. Anybody has any other question? No question? Yeah. While reaching to some highly materialistic person, recently I was talking with one of my cousin brothers, and he told about his stressful life, and I told him that he has bought a Bhagavad Gita and started studying. And he told that I'm not a religious person, I'm just studying it from the out of curiosity. Yeah. He told that I have heard from some monks that even if you don't study from the religious point of view, then you also find solutions. And I also suggested him to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but he told that how can I chant something on which I don't do? And I find it awkward to chant it. So how to convince him? Srila Prabhupada went to, quite often I give Prabhupada's example. So I will give you just a little example and then I will stop because I think he's trying to stop me. He's the boss. If I keep you guys late, then just he will not let me come back again to preach. But I'm fired up to preach. Trust me. If you want to stay here overnight, just I'll talk overnight. That's how I am. Okay, coming to the point. So Prabhupada went to one rich man's house, very filthy rich, and he he had a giant library with full of books, full of books. And when Srila Prabhupada went, just he gave a Bhagavad Gita to him, and he said, "It's okay, Swamiji. Just you can keep your books. I have so many books." So Prabhupada said, "Just keep it." He said, "No, it's okay. Thank you." Prabhupada said, "No, just keep it." He said, "No, thank you." So the exchange was going on and on, just for a few times. Prabhupada said, just if you simply keep this by not reading, simply keep this book, your whole atmosphere of the home will be completely purified. So please keep it. So finally, just what happened, just the guy just he took the book and he didn't put in his shelf. There's so many garbage books are there. Physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, just so so all kinds of books were there, philosophy. blah 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 blah. Just it was there. He didn't keep there, so he put it on the top of the windowsill. The top of the windowsill, sill. So he put it there. So the book remained like that. After 20 years, he wanted to do the whitewash. You know whitewash, right? What is whitewash? Huh? What? You don't know whitewash? Yes, just it's either paint or whatever. So that is in America called whitewash. So he was dusting, and when he was dusting, just the book fell down. Bhagavad Gita fell down, and then he took it and he cleaned and dusted the book, and then he started said, "Oh, the Swami gave me this book, and by that time he was too old." You see, just he was almost like a Nastic, just he was defending Prabhupada. It's okay, you can keep that book, and I don't need it. And then just he somehow, after Prabhupada insisted him, just he kept that book, and then so after 20 years, he was doing a whitewash, painting his library and house. So he took that book and he cleaned everything and he started reading. And after reading, he became devotee. I'll give one more small example. And Adbhuta Hari will kick me out. So there was one American young man, just he was completely restless. He was mad. He was mad. In the material world, they eat meat, drink, and all kinds of things, eating, sleeping, mating, defending all propensities. He broke and he was restless and he took a flight to Caribbean countries. And I believe just it is Trinidad or somewhere. I believe it is Trinidad, somewhere in some island. I went to all those islands also to preach. Very nice paradise islands. So friends, if you become nice devotees and you become fired up, and you can go also preach over there. I'm giving you the bribe. So I went many islands. It's really beautiful. You will see the Lord's beautiful, eh? Yeah, Lord's creation, just beautiful features you will see. The water is so nice. Oh my God. Anyway, so so this young man was mad, and he booked a room in the hotel, and just he was plotting one after another what to do, what not to do. So like that, and then he was passionate, and he opened the drawer, and he saw two books were there. Guess what? And Bible. So you're not aware of it. So Bhagavad Gita and Bible, two books are there. So Bible, he's a natural Christian, so he didn't want to read. He started reading Bhagavad Gita. So he didn't go out anywhere. He started reading all 700 plus slokas, and he returned back to New York and he became devotee. Imagine. So this is the magic of Bhagavad Gita, magic of Krishna consciousness. So let him read, and you bring him, and you will see then just what happens. If I'm here, then I'll preach to him a little bit. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to see you. Hare